Okay. I'm really excited about tonight because I'm always backwards. We are going over Kapha balancing herbs today. We are talking about the Kapha dosha. Oh, bear with me because I am mostly better for my sickness, but because I've been running around and talking more, I went live earlier already. So my voice is waning on me a little bit. I've got some ginger chews and I made a video on how to make ginger chews. The first time I did a great job. The second time I did not have a thermometer, so it turned out more like, let me see if I can get this like rock candy. Let's see if I can get this. There you go. So it's more like sticky versus chewy, but I got a candy thermometer and I'm gonna do it again. But if you guys want me to post that in the group, just let me know. And I'll do that. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about kapha balancing herbs. I've got some announcements. So I will be adding that at the end. There's some different things that I've done for the group, and so that is super exciting. Okay, so let's talk about the coffee balancing herbs. Oh, let me share my screen with you. I just started it on my screen, but you guys can't see nothing. All right. Share. All right. Share, and then we got this going. Okay. All right, let me move you out of the way. All right, here we go. So kapha. Let's go over kapha again. Their characteristics are heavy, slow, cool, oily, and stable. So these are your reliable friends, the people that you can call on when you're having a trouble emotionally or you're in a jam. Sometimes they can be sluggish though, congestion, and gain weight and retain water when they're out of balance. What makes them so calm and cool can also kind of, when they're out of balance, cause those sluggish congestion and weight gain, and then, of course, the water retention. The herbs that herbs help by warming um, and the circulation and digestion while reducing stagnation and mucus buildup. So that's what we're going to be focused on. Most of these herbs are the warming. And so you'll see some of the herbs that are good for Vata are also good for Kapha. And there's a couple in there that are also good for Pitta. Some herbs actually are good for all three. So it just depends on what you're in need of. Um, so the first one is ginger. And again, ginger helps with that circulation. And we know with Vatas as well, they need that circulation. It warms that body because kaphas can run cold. Um, and it also clears that mucus. So I know I've been sick, and so I've been having those ginger chews that I was talking about earlier. And you can have ginger tea as well. I have right now I have ginger mango. We have a star. We have a cat coming across. Um, so yeah, so I like that mango ginger, and in a lot of the immunity teas there is also ginger as well. Um, Turmeric, if you guys have not, it's this one has become popular lately. When I was younger, I never heard about turmeric. I didn't know what it was. Now it's used in mustard. So that's what most people have like seen it in, but maybe not have even known it was turmeric. It has this yellow um color to it, and it definitely like it will stain your hands, but it is good for skincare as well because it has that anti-inflammatory properties. It detoxes the liver and improves circulation and sluggishness, if I can talk. But I love this because it's really good in like savory soups. It gives that pop of color sometimes, like if you're making like a chicken noodle soup and it's kind of more like clear, adding just a little bit of turmeric is gonna make that color like very vibrant. Even like I like this with paprika too. It makes it this rich red color. So not only is it good for your anti-inflammatory, it's also really good for the coloring of things. And then detoxifying. This is a powerhouse, and we are just diving into all of the benefits that it holds. Black pepper is another good one. Now, I want to piggyback off the last one because if you have turmeric, black pepper is necessary to help it digest and activate the turmeric. So, anytime you have turmeric, you really want to add black pepper to it. So, these go hand in hand. Of course, you can have the pepper by itself because it increases your metabolism and digestion. It clears out mucus and congestion and enhances absorption of nutrients and other herbs. Because we have that slow, sluggish digestion, sometimes it doesn't like actually take out those good nutrients. So that's what happens in the kapha dosha. So Tulsi, and actually this is Sam's plant right here. Spotlight on her. So this is I
Yay.
love yeah. Yay. This was a lush plant and it actually dropped babies, so she had them the next year too. But it clears your respiratory congestion and supports the lungs. It warms and energizes the body and helps kapha tendencies for lethargy. Um, it is an adaptogen, so if you have too much anxiety, it will bring you down. If you have not enough, it will bring you up, and it should stabilize you in the middle. So, of course, let me just put this right now. I'm not a doctor, guys. Make sure that you're checking with your doctor. If you have anxiety or depression or anything like that, make sure that you're checking in with them. I'm just telling you what I know the plants are known for. Cinnamon. Everybody loves cinnamon, cinnamon toast, cinnamon bread, cinnamon, everything. I like it in my coffee as well. That's why we have a picture of cinnamon in coffee. And so it helps warm again and stimulates that circulation. It helps with blood sugar and prevents that kapha weight gain. And then it clears the excess mucus and congestion. So, yeah. So it's a stimulator. Now, again, I'm going to go back to that pitta because all these warming herbs are hard on that. So I think that cinnamon was one that they can use in moderation. I'm pretty sure if I think about that. Um, but it's more of a warming herb. So just be careful because some people have kapha and pitta. So, just be careful when you're using a warming herb for kapha, but you're also pitta, you know. And so, clove also has strong heating and circulation. It improves digestion, sluggishness, and helps with respiratory congestion. Clove is also known for your mouth. So taking clove, heating it, and then swishing your mouth with it, or making a tincture out of it and using it on infections in your mouth. It's really good for the antibacteria and the numbing properties that it has in it. So mustard seed, this increases your digestion, metabolism, dries excess mucus, and the kapha dampness, stimulates circulation, and clears congestion. I'm not As familiar with mustard seed, I haven't really used it a whole lot. Now I have used, of course, mustard, which, it's the same, or there's mustard seed and mustard. Um, but I haven't had a whole lot of experience with that. Now, this is one that's in good for, oh, I didn't realize that that was gonna be, huh, you can't see that one very well. But this one is good with digestion and it is good for all three doshas. It helps regulate your bowel movements. And so with this three combination, that's where we're seeing the benefits. I've only tried the amla and but if you take it too long and too much, it can cause like excess diarrhea. So be careful with it. But if you're like stopped up all the time, then it's a great way to kickstart that again. But with kapha, we have that slow digestion, so it might be something that can help speed you along a little bit. So neem oil or neem, not neem oil. Okay, let's be very clear. The neem plant, not the oil, because the oil can be toxic. But the neem plant can help detoxify the blood and the liver and reduce kapha oiliness and congestion. It has antimicrobial properties and helps with immune functions. Okay, so this is kind of reducing that mucus again. So the chaga mushroom. So these days you're hearing more and more about these mushrooms, and I have only had a mixture of mushrooms, like the mushroom coffees. I've had some in supplements that like lion's mane. Um, and so I don't have a lot of experience with that. I always try to let you know what I have experienced and what I haven't. So, but I have heard a lot about the chaga mushroom and positive things. I haven't heard a lot of negativity around any of the mushrooms so far, or that's in this presentation. So it helps with immune support and function, or immune support, functioning, and vitality. It helps improve metabolism, reduce sluggishness. It's adaptogenic and supporting all or overall balancing your energy. So reishi mushrooms too. They're so pretty. That's the reishi mushroom right there. And it helps with supporting your adrenal health, immune functioning, and reducing that excess mucus and congestion. It helps balance stress and kapha-related fatigue. Lion's mane, this is one I have had before. I have to be careful with it because it stimulates circulation in the brain, and sometimes when I have the brain circulation, I can get headaches. So keep that in mind if you are sensitive to the herbs that kind of stimulate mind or those ADHD type drugs, not drugs, plants. Sorry, guys. Um, and so this lion's mane, it does stimulate, so it helps with your cognitive function and mental clarity. It helps counteract kapha's induced brain fog. So I think this one's actually good for vata too for the same reasons. It supports your nervous system regulation and focus. So. Astragalus is the next one, and it is strong in immunity and energy levels. It helps support your lungs, reduce that kapha congestion, and increase metabolism, overall vitality. I have not had this one either. I have I've heard several different videos on it over time, and I've seen that like people have positive results, but I've never taken it, so I'm not sure. It's so funny when I went over the pitta, like you can tell that I'm a kapha bata because I had no Like I had never tried this one, never tried this one. But these I've tried and the Vatas I've tried. So, goji berries, I love goji berries on top of like yogurt or in a smoothie. They're sweet, but they're super high in antioxidants and help with detoxifying kapha buildup. It helps with eye health and circulation, and it's a natural energizer, and so it combats that lethargy that kaphas can get. Um, I was watching somebody talk about kaphas the other day on one of the videos, and they were like, "Just get up and move, move more, move when you're kapha." So, but if you're vata too, be careful with that. If you have that both, be careful with that. Ashwagandha. So this one has mixed results. When I first started taking it, it gave me like a lot of energy, and now it kind of like brings me down. And that, like when I first started using it, I had more anxiety. Now I don't. But so I think I don't know. But either way, it is an adaptogen and it helps with balancing your stress. It helps support your immune system or your metabolism and your digestion. It increases the warmth and vitality that offsets your kapha sluggishness. Brahmi. Okay, so not the god, but this plant right here is Brahmi, and it improves your cognitive function, helps balance your excess kapha related to heaviness of the mind, and reduces stress and supports mental clarity. Oh, so I've never tried this one. I'm not sure. I know that they make it into like a drink, but I've never tried it. I don't know. Go-to cola is another one that is good for your brain. Um, I have not tried this one, but it enhances circulation and blood flow and supports cognitive functioning and brain fog. Um, Maybe I have tried this one. I need it more right now. I don't have that brain fog. I can't forget it. It helps balance water retention in kaphas as well. I do feel like I've tried it, but I think it was similar along the lines of the ones that stimulate your brain and that can cause me to have headaches. Moringa. And thinking back, I probably took too much because at the time I was like, More must be better. If a little is good, more must be better." And I've gotten out of that as I've gotten older. I've realized that's not the case. Um, Moringa is one of my favorite powerhouse plants. My son, I can sneak it into his smoothies, and he gets that iron he needs. There's so many great nutrients in it. Again, it's nutrient rich, and um, it's used in situations where you don't have access to the right amount of food, and so it can help with with starvation. So, because you only need a tiny bit to supplement your diet and actually help you survive. So it's rich in nutrients, it stimulates digestion, increases metabolism, increases energy, which I definitely notice, and helps with detoxification and reduce water retention. So yeah, I feel energized and lighter when I use Moringa. Um, and sometimes it tips the scale too far, 'cause then I'm like super hyper and Vata and scatterbrained and I can't think. So I do have to be careful with the focus part, but other than that, it's great. Ginseng is another one that can cause me migraines, but it is a good stimulation in your a mind boost circulations and metabolism, increases energy and reduces that kapha lethargy. It helps with endurance and vitality. So some oops. Oh, I made it go away. All right, let me go back. I think I hit all the way to the last. All right, I clicked off the last one. All right. So lifestyle tips for Kapha. So again, we're gonna go with flavors of warmth, light, and dry foods. So like if you're gonna go for a grape, probably go for a raisin instead of a grape. If you're gonna go for, like dried fruit, um, dry roasted things instead of like oily. Engage regularly in stimulating activities, which we've talked about. Establish consistent routines. Avoid excess sleep and inactivity, and reduce dairy, heavy oils. Um, so I feel like that, like the dairies and oils are going to be congested and kind of stop you up. So. In conclusion, use these herbs in your lifestyle to adjust your kapha balance. Consistency is key for lasting results, and listen to your body and adjust as needed. I think sometimes we like kind of pick up on a new idea and we go with it, but then we're like, at the end of the day, it becomes like too much. Like, it's like you either do too much all at once and then you give up or you aren't consistent with it. So make sure that you are maintaining that. Okay. Do you have any questions? I'm gonna stop sharing that. Do you have any questions? Okay. If no questions, then let me share this part. You can't hear me? Huh. Wonder why you can't hear me.
I'm sorry, I can hear you now.
Okay. You can hear me now.
It
I
was
asked if
definitely
you had
on
any
my
questions.
end. I'm really sorry to interrupt
No,
your presentation.
I just asked if you had any questions, so you're
Let's
fine.
see. Um, I can't think of any questions. I was thinking the other two things that you put with the Indian gooseberry, the
Mhm.
amalaki.
Yeah.
I've never heard of those, so I think we should try those if you
Yeah.
haven't tried them before. I've never even heard those words before, so that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's called the Triphylia or Trifla. It's Triphala. Trifla. The three of them together.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah. So it's like they use it a lot. They actually can use it in all three different um to balance all three different doshas.
So
So
they might have like a tea of them, like all three together that we could
yeah,
try.
I don't know how they usually take them. We need to like research that. We need to figure that out. Because I know well they don't do it for a really long period of time. It's almost like a detox or a cleanse type
I see.
situation. So yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, some people like say you have like chronic constipation or something chronic, like you have a buildup of a lot of toxic metals, then they say no longer than 3 months that you take it. So if you've got a really bad case, but yeah, we need to look into that one. So if we don't have any more questions, let me go ahead. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the updates in the community. So, oh, I put myself back down there. Okay. Whoops. Hold on. Where am I? Can you see can you see the group by chance? No?
I can see the page, but it's small.
Okay, let me do this. Oh, I see. Hmm. Is that better? Wait. Now. that better? No?
I can sort of see it.
Hmm.
Like it's there. It's just still kind of, I can
Okay,
zoom in and see it.
let me do, whoops. Let's do this last one. What about that? I'm gonna zoom in more. That's probably
Okay.
okay.
You're
All
good then.
right. All right. All right. All right. So when I click on that, you can see that, right? Move.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know. Like they don't show me a preview of whatever you guys can see. So I don't know. Okay. So this is the exclusive area. Of course. We can't talk now. I got too excited. Okay. So this is the exclusive area. And so because you guys have got in to the group, you guys are the OG members of the group. And so, which I kind of did a little bit of an announcement here, talking about how you guys are able to, I really want you to get in on this because you guys are my OG natural pathfinders. And because of that, you are able to get 50% off of this training or this exclusive area if you get two people in here that also are able to get it. So it's super cost effective. I love this little dosage guide for kids. So this is a PDF you can print off. Of course, disclaimer, we've got all kinds of different content in here. And then, if you guys feel like there's anything missing, I can always add some more later. But this is just the initial. And so I just wanted to provide demystify some of that dosaging that people have a hard time with when they are like coming into the herbal area. So I'm really excited about that. And so I am gonna do a live, just like this Q&A presentation of all the dosages where you can ask questions. But I'm gonna do that soon, so make sure that you're getting in this one as soon as possible so that you can get in on that. I want you guys to be able to ask questions, and then I can add a few other things that you guys want in there. I do have some stuff that are coming, sneak peek down here that are going to be ongoing, and we're going to continue those ongoing concepts. I was telling Sam earlier, I got into an herbalist training where she's gonna go dive really deep, and I'm not gonna gatekeep. I'm gonna share all these things. And the thing that I really like about this program is that she is teaching me exactly how to generally use these types of plants. So say you don't have like for example, like say you don't have calendula, but you have zinnias, something like that. If it's similar, you can still be, because it's in the same group, then you can use, the different ones for the same things. So we're going to categorize things, we're going to use them in different ways and demystify some of that. So this can be something that you can take with you as you go throughout your life and just like apply it everywhere. So I love that about this program. And we're going to dive deep into that. So also next week we're gonna have a special group or a special speaker for next week. Before I announce her name, I'm gonna double check that she's still okay with it because I said it a couple weeks ago. We talked about it, and she said that was fine, but I will be announcing that. So look for that in the group for this week. That is going to be super fun. She knows a lot about herbs and she's used them in depth. And she's going to go over the ones that she loves the most. And so let's see, is there anything else I wanted to share with you guys? Always be checking this calendar. I am going to keep it 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for now. And then we'll talk about whenever we get to the live. Those who are in there, we'll talk about the time that we can do that live to make sure as many people as possible can be in on that live. Um, so yeah. Um, yeah. Oh, the herb of the day, we have been doing that. I was thinking about doing like a kind of like a leadership board on that. Right now we've got some good leaders here that have been doing interaction. Also, I wanted to mention too, if you are not seeing this one as being like available to you, it's just because you haven't interacted enough in the group. So just introduce yourself, comment on people's posts, and you'll get there in no time. And you'll be able to open this up. And there is like so much content in here that you can go over. The different, and then, also, um, this one too. This might be locked for you as well. And there is so much content in there, including videos. So make sure you're not missing out on that. Um, all you have to do is interact in the community. Also, make sure that you have your notifications turned on for the group. So if you don't have your notifications turned on, then you're not going to be notified when, we post something. Don't be like shy to like post what you're doing, what herbs you like. I know we're like for those that are in the States or up north, we are getting ready to go into our season and we're not quite there yet. But if you're planting anything or you're thinking about it or you could stumble across something in the wild, definitely share it. I'd love to see it and interact with you guys. So, all right. I think that wraps it up for tonight, but thank you so much for joining. And um, yeah, so next week is still going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, all right. Thank you guys so much. And you guys have a good week. All right, stop.